The Ashes Bakery case has been in the news recently, and that case was brought by the Northern Ireland Equality Commission. That's a taxpayer-funded body that throws its weight around promoting a progressive agenda through equalities legislation. Now obviously Scotland's not going to be outdone on that front, and we've got our very own Equality and Human Rights Commission. And I'm going to look at a case that they've been pursuing recently, and it's to do with a B&B in the Highlands that on its website declared itself to be heterosexual-friendly. Obviously mirroring the idea of places being gay-friendly. Anyway, it said it was heterosexual-friendly. It also had an image that said man plus woman equals marriage. And the Equality and Human Rights Commission has taken an interest in this and declared it to be discriminatory and making gay people unwelcome. So they've pursued legal processes to get this website changed. Now, the first thing I'd say here is if I was running a bed and breakfast, I don't think I'd have that sort of image on it. I'm not sure it's the best way to approach things. I can see the thinking behind it, but I'm not explicitly endorsing the way this B&B has been operating. I'm just going to have a look at the response to it and see if that's been fair. So let's think about the one by one. So first of all, the sign saying marriage, one man, one woman. Now lots of companies have expressed public support for same-sex marriage and for the LGBT agenda in general. So surely it must be okay for a company to express disapproval of any of those politically sensitive topics as well. Now the issue here is saying marriage equals one man, one woman. That probably does imply a disapproval of homosexual relationships. So if you're a gay couple and you arrive to that B&B, you might arrive holding hands and ask for a room with a double bed. You might be expecting that the hosts will be disapproving of your relationship. So even if they deal with you with total equanimity, you'd be suspecting that what they're actually thinking is, this is not right. Let's look at the second term now, heterosexual-friendly. Well, you see gay-friendly on quite a few establishments. I suppose the rainbow flag gives the same sort of message as well. Now, in some places, for example, a B&B, you might see child-friendly. You assume that means that if kids run around, they're not going to get too uptight. Dog-friendly might mean your dog can come and sit in the lounge with you. But gay-friendly, what does that mean? I think it's something different. I think the basic message it's communicating is that gays will not be disapproved of in that establishment. Okay. Now, if you went to that establishment, a gay couple holding hands, asked for a double room, you'd be confident that the person giving you the keys is not disapproving of your relationship. So I think it's a vague expression of a positive attitude towards homosexual relationships. Now, if you describe your business as heterosexual-friendly, that appears to be just mirroring homosexual-friendly, gay-friendly, but it doesn't actually mean the reverse of it. It doesn't mean the heterosexuals won't be disapproved of, because actually no one actually does disapprove of heterosexuality, apart from maybe a few people in some queer studies departments in some universities. So what does it mean? I think describing your business as heterosexual-friendly implies repudiation of the gay-friendly badge. So I think it communicates that the judgment that homosexual relationships are unacceptable has been made by the owners of that business. So if you're a gay person, would you choose to go to that business? Probably not. You could, but you probably would choose to go somewhere else. A business like that might lose some business. LGBT people might not want to go. People of a liberal disposition might not want to go. You might attract a few people as well. I'm not sure. Looking at that in reverse, if an institution describes itself as gay-friendly, a hotel for example, that might put me off a little bit. I don't want to go on holiday somewhere where there's LGB signage. I don't want to find pink news sitting on the coffee table in the lounge. I don't want my kids seeing rainbow flags when you're walking into the hotel. And the other aspect is, I don't particularly want to stay somewhere where the hosts want to make it abundantly clear that they disagree with me on LGBT issues. So it's not about whether they're friendly or not. It's also about the fact that they're offering special treatment, a special welcome to a certain group of people. So if an institution said it was gay-friendly, I might well look elsewhere. So Alva House is Edinburgh's premier gay-friendly guest house. Alva House is proudly gay-owned and operated. Gay-friendly guest houses in Killin. One of them is even called Pink Cottage. So if you were picking a place for your family holiday, would you choose one of those? Personally, I wouldn't. But that's fine. There's plenty more to choose from. I'm going to draw things together a bit now. There are basically two views in our society. There's the view of the LGBT movement, the political establishment, the media establishment, And that's probably the majority view, not by as much as they might think it is. That's the majority view in our society. On the other side, there's the views of Orthodox Christians, people with other faiths, social conservatives, and also a lot of people who don't particularly have strong views about sexual morality, but they're very much opposed to identity politicking. Now, what we've got here is the situation where it's okay to identify your business as supporting the first view, but it's not okay to identify your business as supporting the other. It's okay to let people know that your business disagrees with them if they hold the conservative views. It's not okay to say your business disagrees with them if they hold the more liberal views. Now, the Equality and Human Rights Commission doesn't have any pretense at being neutral on these areas. They're just part of the progressive social justice establishment. And here's their document they produced during the same-sex marriage debate. Equal access to marriage, ending the segregation of same-sex couples and transgender people in Scotland. So this case against the bed and breakfast is completely unnecessary, and yet the Equality and Human Rights Commission will be loving it, progressing their political agenda, crushing one side of the debate while cheering on the other. It's very unfair the way they operate. They enter these legal battles spending someone else's money, and the poor old individuals they pick on are often having to spend their own money to defend themselves, risking their house, etc. Often they just can't do it. Also, the legislation at the disposal of the Equality and Human Rights Commission is very helpful to them. The Equality Act allows for all sorts of spurious applications. Human rights legislation is notoriously vague and can be used again in all sorts of ways to pursue political agendas. So Equality and Human Rights Commission, £2 million a year, shut it down. Scottish Human Rights Commission, yes, that's a different organisation, but they still just play identity politics and promote a left-leaning agenda. £1 million a year, close it down. So cut Scotland's debt by £3 million a year and make Scotland a more equal and fair place in the process. Now, I've been looking at rights themes in recent videos, including rights in schools. There's going to be another one about that soon. Also, I'm going to make a video about human rights in general. If you'd like to see those, do subscribe, do share this video with people you think might be interested. And we are a political party. You can join us via the link below. Thanks for watching.